evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller. In tonight's news, a Tullahoma High School student scores a big win in the state championship in archery. We'll have some more highlights from Tullahoma High School's graduation ceremony, and we'll listen in on a ghost story at the latest Tullahoma Recreation Department's Lunch and Learn event. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
I am tremendously blessed to be living at Parkview and very happy to be part of a loving and caring community.
Best thing you can say is this really a great place to live? That's all there is to it, no doubt about that.
It's your home. You just do what you would if you were at your private home. You know, we love it. It's great.
It's just like having a whole neighborhood around you, and it's fun.
It's just a great place to live.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Tullahoma High School sophomore Ashley Scott captured her 5th career Tennessee State National Archery Championship recently, and she did so in dominating style. During her first place performance, Scott scored 290 out of a possible 300 during the Tennessee State NASP Bullseye Tournament. Her performance placed her first out of 1,314 competitors and allowed her to take the top spot among 365 high school students participating in the tournament. Commenting on her big win, Ashley said, quote, "I felt good heading into the state tournament because I had been practicing with excellent scores. I had participated in 2 White County tournaments before the state tournament, but I wasn't sure how well I needed to shoot to place. Once I finished, I felt confident because 290 is what I'd been scoring in practice. I felt it was enough to place, but I did not think it was enough to take first place. When they announced the awards, I was surprised to hear that I finished first in the state and first overall. Personally, I thought my performance was okay, but I knew I could perform better," end quote. For her winnings at this year's state tournament, Scott received a trophy and a new Genesis bow, the third that she has received for her first place performances. However, she continues to use the bow that she started archery with as a 3rd grade student at East Lincoln Elementary School because of its sentimental value. Typically, Scott would be taking part in the national tournament, but she will not be participating this year. Instead, she will watch her sister receive her high school diploma from Chestnut Ridge Academy in Fayetteville. While Scott's a little disappointed that she can't travel to nationals this year, she said she'll be there next year. Congratulations, Ashley. We'll be right back in a moment with more news.
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family.
Caring.
Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
Hi, I'm Fran Gray with Alzheimer's Tennessee. When you receive a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease for yourself or someone you love, please know that you do not have to go through this journey alone. Alzheimer's Tennessee is here for you to provide support and education, all the help you may need to get through this challenge. Our number is 931-434-2348. We encourage you to give us a call. We're here to help.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for.
I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. This past weekend's Tullahoma High School graduation, several class representatives addressed their classmates. In this clip, Amy Pham, the 2022 class president, speaks to her peers.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Amy Pham, and I am the 2022 senior class president. Oh, thank you. Tonight, I would like to personally welcome Dr. Stevens and the board members, THS administration and staff, friends and family, and of course, our 2022 graduates. Getting to this point today is a huge accomplishment for us all, mostly because some of us, I know, did not think we would make it, but here we are. We started our high school journey freshman year in the dungeon, but here we are now, 4 years later, having not only grown as students and friends, but also as people. These past few weeks, we've all been talking about how we are so ready to get out of here. And though that may be true, I hope we hold on to the memories we made here. We're gonna miss them, not memories of staying up till 2 in the morning doing research papers, or memories of trying to figure out how math theorems have anything to do with life, but memories of Friday Night Lights and the band playing the fight song for the 6th time in the background, or skipping on senior skip day. Sorry about that, by the way, Mr. Quick. Or just coming to school with friends. No matter how small or big the memory was, I truly think some of our best memories were made during these years. So as we move forward into this big scary world that our parents keep telling us about, I hope we hold on to them. If y'all read Dr. Seuss as a kid, which I'm sure you guys did, remember this iconic quote? You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know, and you are the guy who will decide where to go. Class of 2022. This is it. After we turn our tassels and throw our caps, we are officially Tullahoma High School graduates. This next part of our life will be uncertain yet so thrilling, and I truly wish the best for every single one of us. I know I speak for the class when I say we could not have done it without our amazing teachers and staff, our incredible mentors and coaches, and of course, our family. What an amazing class. Congratulations to you all, and remember, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. Thank you.
And now we hear from Biff Turago, class salutatorian.
Good evening. It is an honor for me to welcome students, parents, family members, and members of the school board here tonight. Before I begin my remarks, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our wonderful administration at THS, Mr. Quick, Ms. Kinsey, Mr. Crutchfield, and Dr. Flowers. Additionally, I want to give a special thank you to our teachers who are committed to the success of every student and continue to take a personal interest in our academic and social development. And most importantly, I want to thank God for his leadership and guidance in my life and for opening doors I could only dream of. Class of 2022, we faced a challenging 4 years. In the spring of 2020, COVID changed our lives drastically. We were forced to learn at home, use Zoom, communicate with our friends in different ways, and through it all, try to process when we would ever get back to normal. Though it seemed so horrible then, I believe that this challenge has shown us what truly matters in life. Our friends, our family, our faith, our friends, and what we know about ourselves rather than other people's perceptions. As we leave high school and begin our next steps at college, technical school, the military, and the workforce, let us remember what this pandemic has taught us and never lose sight of what truly matters. Each of us has had someone, a teacher, coach, church, or community member who has counseled us along our journey. Let us hold fast to the things we know and the people we trust and use them to guide us through the unknown. But even as we do this, we're still going to make mistakes and lose our way. But what makes us special is our tenacity to pick ourselves up and try again. After all, we are Tullahoma tough. Congratulations to my fellow graduates of the class of 2022. We've been a competitive class comprised of big dreams and lofty goals. But behind each of us is a community that has brought us here. The best way we graduates can show our gratitude is to make the best of the opportunity we've been given and go forward into the world with the intention of making it a better place, for the generations that follow us. Let's pay that debt of gratitude forward. Thank you.
And last but not least, we hear from DJ Dillahay, THS Class of 2022 valedictorian.
Good evening. It is an honor to be standing here tonight, and I'm proud of every single person who will walk across this stage. I would like to start off by thanking my family, friends, coaches, teachers, administrators, and God, because without His guidance, life would be much more complicated. I would also like to thank my parents for supporting me in everything I do. Almost 4 years ago, we walked through the doors as freshmen who were unsure of what our high school experience would be like. Along the way, there were many unexpected obstacles thrown at us. Being forced to stay home, online school, after-school activities getting canceled for nearly a year. In spite of these tough times, we made it through. I'm proud of us for persevering. Dolly Parton said, "The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain," and it has certainly rained. This is probably the last time we will all be together, so I want to say that I'm excited to see where life takes us. Like high school, the real world will probably throw us many curveballs, but what matters is how we respond and that we don't give up. Regardless of the positions we are put in, let's remember to keep our heads up. Albert Einstein said it best, "Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving." I have thoroughly enjoyed my time at Tullahoma High School, and I'm sure you can all say the same. I'm grateful for the friends I have made and the lessons I have learned. This is a special, talented class, and we will all do great things. The last 4 years have proven how fast time flies. I don't think that it will slow down anytime soon, so let's live in the moment and enjoy the last summer we have without the responsibility of being adults. As Kenny Chesney said, don't blink. Good luck, be safe, and may God bless you all.
And remember, you can watch daily replays of the THS graduation right here on Charter Channel 193 or anytime on your YouTube or Facebook pages. More news is coming up.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we find. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop-top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. Rolling, growing, getting bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash junking up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and he is us.
Welcome back. The most recent Tullahoma Recreation Department Lunch and Learn, Lyle Russell from the Parks and Recreation Department told Tennessee ghost stories. In this segment, he tells the tale of the Bell Witch of Adams, Tennessee.
So Betsy Bell was apparently the target of hostility for this witch for a long time. So one night, her brother wakes up in the middle of the night screaming and crying, saying that somebody came in his room and pulled his hair. Well, as soon as Mr. Bell and his wife Lucy come in and to see what's going on, Poor Betsy across the hall starts screaming the same thing. Somebody's pulling my hair. And then they, over the next couple of nights, complained about strange gnawing sounds at their bedposts, and their blankets were getting yanked off, and then scratches started to show up on their arms and legs. And they couldn't explain it. You know, of course, Mr. Bell, being a pretty pious man, said, you know, you children are pranking each other. You need to stop doing this. You know, don't talk about this to people. They're going to think we're strange. Don't do this anymore to your siblings. But it continued. They couldn't stop it. So one night, there were evening hymns, evening prayers, and so on. The children are a little on edge because of all these crazy things that have been happening in the house. They start hearing banging, knocking. It keeps them up all night. Chairs are getting knocked over. Things are flying off of shelves. They've got a haunting of some sort. Now, him being religious didn't really believe in that, but he knew that there was a problem because, number one, his children were being hurt. But it wasn't until it happened to him that he did something about it. So one night, I guess they had gone to bed, and he was smacked in the middle of the night. Thought his wife did it. Didn't understand what, and she may have, but and the scratches started showing up on him, and he started getting these bruises. And in the middle of the night, you know, he would be woken up by being hit, kicked, and all kinds of things were happening. And so he finally got in touch with one of his neighbor friends down the road, one of his fellow church members. His name was James Johnston, whom the witch later nicknamed Old Sugar Mouth, because he was a minister who, I guess, because of his speeches and his sermons were very sweet. So the witch actually called him Old Sugar Mouth. But anyway, so he gets James to come down and says, James, you have got to help me. This is, of course, the abridged version. James, you've got to help me. Strange things are going on in my house. Please come, stay the night. Tell me what you think. So the Johnsons come. They go through their whole nightly deal. They all go to bed. And the Johnsons did not get a wink of sleep that night because the witch was making a ruckus in the house, throwing things, knocking chairs over, swinging doors open, yanking covers off. And James said, brother, you've got a problem. So he said, honestly, he said in all of his religious experience, he's never seen anything like this before. He didn't know how to help him, but he really felt like nobody would think he was crazy if he invited people to come and give their opinion of the experience. So James, in the middle of this too, comes up with the theory that this spirit that is haunting their house is intelligent. And so he tries to speak to it multiple times, and all they get back is kind of like a faint whistle. But they could all hear it, so they're all in this together saying, yes, we heard something that should not have been there. So this carries on nightly for months. This goes on for a very long time, and the stream of visitors, once the word got out that the Bell Farm was haunted by what they started calling the witch, when the word got out, people came from everywhere to come see this spectacle. The witch introduced herself as a lady named Kate Batt, and she said that, and she was speaking to them in some disembodied ambient voice, saying that she was a neighbor of John Bell's that he doesn't remember, and he cheated her on a land deal. And so she swore on her deathbed that she would haunt him until he died. And so that came after the fact. You know, they didn't know all that time, but she introduced herself as Jane Batt. And so, or sorry, not Jane Batt, sorry, Kate Batt. I said that wrong. So they just called her Kate. So Kate would go on to torment this family, particularly John Bell and young daughter Betsy, for months. She actually started leaving the other kids alone. And Mrs. Bell, Lucy Bell, never had any problems. It was always John and Betsy were the targets. So Betsy had a neighbor suitor. His name was Joshua Gardner. And they were sweethearts and wanted to be married. Betsy's teacher at the school that her dad built was enamored with her when she was younger and told her when he was older than her that when she became of age, he wanted to marry her. He was a real person. I did some research on him. I found all of the Bells. You know, that's all real stuff. But the teacher apparently was also married to a woman in Nashville, just south of there, or just north of there rather. And they were really big into occult things. And so there's some speculation that because he was spurned from marrying Betsy, that he may have set the witch on the Bell family in revenge. Now we're getting to be around 1819, in that vicinity, and they can't stop it. The witch is just terrorizing Betsy and John to death. John starts to develop some serious mental issues aside from the physical manifestations of all of these beatings and torturings that he's going through. Surprisingly, they never moved. I mean, I get it, 320 acres is great, but you know, if you're getting beat every night while you're trying to sleep, I'm ready to sell. I don't know about y'all, but I want out of there. So anyway, so this goes on again, like I said, for several months. John starts to have some serious health issues, but in this time also, Betsy and Joshua become engaged. The witch did not like that, and apparently everywhere Betsy and Joshua went, the disembodied voice of this witch would follow them and constantly cuss them, curse them, yell at them, all kinds of horrible things. She would assault Betsy, and there was physical evidence of her being beat, and they couldn't explain what was happening. There's still no explanation for what was happening or why she was so adamant that Betsy and Joshua not get married, but once they broke off their engagement because of these attacks, the witch left Betsy alone. She only tormented John, all the way up until 1820 when he died. So he is buried there on the site at Adams, Tennessee, on the side of the Bell Farm.
We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
I feel like we're safe at Parkview.
There's somebody on staff all the time. So if you need help, help is there.
We are surrounded with people that are looking after us and taking care of us.
The staff is wonderful and always available. We feel so safe and secure here.
I feel safe at Parkview all the time.
To be honest, I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
I checked what the CDC says and spoke with my doctor about the potential side effects. It definitely made me much less anxious. She told me if I have some arm pain or feel tired, that's completely normal as my body builds a defense to the virus.
I was willing to take the vaccine to protect me, my family, and my friends.
Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
We tend to lose our motivation when we have something that's chronic, but you've got to do what you can early on as you can. After I'd exercise like that, I would have a lot of energy to do housework or whatever I needed. Well, I would recommend it highly to anyone at any degree of Parkinson.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Well, tax season is over, and some of our viewers might be getting disappointing news from the IRS. In this video, we find out how the IRS Independent Office of Appeals could help you.
Welcome to the IRS Independent Office of Appeals. We are a separate organization within the IRS. Did you know that you have the right to dispute most IRS decisions, like penalties, liens, or increases in how much you owe? Well, you can. In most cases, you can request an appeal if you disagree with an IRS decision. Our office, commonly known as Appeals, will hear your case and make an independent and impartial decision. We work to resolve disputes through conferences with taxpayers. Our conferences are informal meetings and can be held in person, by telephone, or by video. We can also work with you through the mail. The choice is yours how you want to meet with us. You may also have an authorized representative, like a CPA or a lawyer, help with your case if you wish, but you don't have to have one. As we consider your case, we will review the issue impartially, meaning we will review both your position and the IRS's position without bias or favor for either side. We base our decisions on how the law applies to the facts of your case. So the information that you provide is very important. We strongly encourage you to have all your documents ready and be prepared to discuss your case. Appeals has a proven track record of successfully resolving most of the cases that come to us. In fact, we are typically able to resolve disputes in less time and with less expense than the courts. Still, you should also know that taxpayers who come to appeals do not lose any right they may have to challenge the IRS in court if they cannot reach an agreement with us. If you want more information about the appeals process, consider watching our additional appeals videos, or check out this page, irs.gov/appeals.
Stay with us, your weather forecast is coming up next.
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family.
Caring.
Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1962 at 94 degrees. The record low was in 2002 at 37 degrees. Average high on this day is 78 and the average low is 56. Mostly clear weather in the forecast for tonight with a low of 67. Sunny weather expected on Friday with a high of 88 and a low of 68, and mostly sunny weather in the forecast for Saturday and possible chance of rain. And high will be 89 and low 67. And that's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.